a chieftain of SDP, Social Democratic Party in your state, is also contesting for Ibadan Northwest Southwest Federal Constituency. He is Honorable Adeni Rotimi Johnson. Okay, I've mixed it up because there's a way it sounds sweet to me. You didn't allow me to fly that way, but it's okay. It's okay. I'll stick to it because I have to stick to your name. All right, so he's popularly known as Ojasope, a very, very popular, politician. He joined politics, yes. I've known him over the years as a technocrat, as an outstanding public affairs analyst. But today, he has decided to join politics. He will tell us why he chose that path. Apart from that, what we're looking at this afternoon is what his party will do well and better for workers in Nigeria. And that's why we're here this afternoon. So, of course, let me welcome once again Honorable Adeni Rotimi Johnson. You're welcome to the program.
Thank you. It's always a pleasure.
And of course, like I said, he is contesting under the platform of SDP in your state for Ibadan Northwest Southwest Federal Constituency. You're welcome to the program this afternoon.
Thank you.
All right, so let's begin with why you chose to join politics in the first place.
Well, I didn't join. It's not now.
I know, but why you decided? Okay, so let me say.
When you said he joined politics, I've joined politics.
So why did you choose to contest election?
Because I'm not satisfied with the situation of things in Nigeria. Okay. I've been part of politics since I graduated from the university. So I've always believed that the problem in Nigeria is leadership problem, and there is no better way to solve leadership problem than participating. You can't change people, you can't change things overnight, but you can always make a difference in the way you do things. So I've been, all my life has been about public life. I tell people that some things come to me naturally after being in leadership, different leadership position for close to 40 years. In my secondary school, responsibilities in schools, then in the university too, student unionism and all that. Then immediately after graduation, after youth service, I joined partisan politics. So I've been in politics and I've been contesting all along too.
Oh, yeah. I didn't know. I was from a different angle.
No. I've been contesting all along.
Wow.
I've been contesting all along, but it's just that, like my late mentor, Honorable Kehinde Ayola, would say that...
May his soul rest in peace.
May his soul rest in peace. That we must always keep our career too. That we should not let politics make us forget our career. We must keep developing ourselves. We must keep building capacity. That's why it's the aspect of building capacity, is the aspect of that public analysis and media participation that you are so familiar with. But I've always been contesting, and I believe very strongly that if politics is dirty, if your clothes is dirty, what do?
You wash it.
You wash it.
So you want to wash it.
So if the particular spot that is dirty, you put more soap.
So you add bleach.
You add bleach. So if people keep saying politics is dirty, then those who think they are not as dirty or they are clean, then they have to be injected into the system. You don't stay away and keep complaining while destinies of this present generation and many to come are being wasted. So I just felt, let me participate and make a difference in the little way I can. And I've always been part of politics. Yes, sometimes I get tired of the way things are going. But the truth is, until you never give up. You never give up until you win. That's just it.
You don't give up until you win. That's according to Ojasope. Okay, so let me go back a little bit, memory lane. You were in PDP.
Yes.
Suddenly, you left.
Not that suddenly, it was gradually actually.
No, I'm going somewhere. Suddenly, you left your principal, Senator Kola Balogun.
Okay, yeah, that was sudden.
Thank you. I'm happy.
That was nobody saw that coming.
No, I didn't see coming. You just pulled out. And you released the statement saying, look, he's still my leader. He's still a man that I respect. He's still a man that I would have loved to work with. But for some reasons, I have to take a bow. And so you left him in the PDP. Somehow, at some point, he also left PDP. Now, to my mind, when both of you took that decision or those steps, I felt it was a planned work. Like you guys already had a script you were playing out. But the only unfortunate part was that you went to SDP, he went to APC. Tell us what really transpired around the period.
You, my friends in the media, you won't let me be with this PDP issue. But I don't blame you because so many of you felt I'm already, it's like it's already my skin that I can't shed it again. But it's understandable. Senator Kola Balogun was my leader and is still my leader. In politics, we call some people Alajese. They will deny you at every slight opportunity. I'm not like that. Yes, we might disagree, but that does not make us disagreeable. You understand? So I had things I had reservation about. Something I would have wanted, which were not coming. And I had to look at the bigger picture of my own aspiration. And at that point, I pulled out. So, and I still have a very cordial relationship. No, I had to manage my own reputation, and because of the job I was handling, I was also managing his own reputation. So pulling out of PDP will create a kind of crisis I knew that would not speak well of my professional practice with him.
Wow.
So I needed to first leave him before leaving PDP. So that when I leave, they know that it's an independent decision. If I was still working for him, they say, Kola Balogun has sent his ministry to that party.
But even the way you exited, I still linked the two.
That's why I'm telling you that if I didn't do it the way I did, then it would have been more difficult to explain it. Because even after I was made the placeholder for his senatorial in my party, was the Senate, people still felt I was holding I was the placeholder for Senator Kola Balogun is coming to pick the ticket, because they know that we still have relationship. So somehow they still read memes. Just like when I first joined SDP too. So people are still telling me that they are suspecting maybe I'm engineer Seyi Makinde's agent in SDP. I said, if you know me very well, you know that I can't be anybody's agent. I can't be anybody's agent.
Okay. All right, the program is Talking Point on Inspiration 100.4 FM, your number one family radio. All right, of course, you're still listening to the voice of Honorable
Ojasope.
You got me there. Because, I was struggling with, how do I position
to arrange my name.
Yes, I was trying to use Ojasope. All right, so Honorable Ojasope is still here with me in the studio. You want to join the conversation? 0704 800 1005. I don't want us to, stay on the issue of PDP anymore. You're in SDP, so we want to talk about SDP.
Yeah.
What informed your decision to go to SDP, knowing that SDP is not a popular party in your state? And going by the last election, SDP was used by some political how will I put it? Some politicians to pave way for some people in politics in your state. So it isn't that relevant like some other police. Why did you choose to go to a lesser party from PDP to SDP? Was it that you were not getting value for being in PDP? That was why you left?
Well, let me start from your last statement. There were no values added in PDP, not the way I would have wanted it. I felt PDP was beginning to undermine my potentials and aspirations. So, like I described it on another program, that they say there is a light at the end of the tunnel. That's where, if there is a tunnel, I was not seeing any tunnel. So I had to, channel and create another tunnel, which I saw in SDP then. I had offer in SDP.
Oh.
Because I was like, what's it about this politics stuff? Because the level of disappointment when I left PDP was too much to handle. Yeah, it was too much to handle, to be sincere. So I felt, I beg, if I can get that kind of disappointment from that person, then who else is there? But when the SDP made an offer to me to come and be the state publicity secretary, then I felt like, okay, rather than just abstain from politics, this one, no matter what,
let's give it a shot.
And I always like to describe it as the premiership and the lower division club. It is better to be a regular player on a lower division club than to be on the premiership and be playing on the bench. So I felt SDP is okay. But SDP, when I joined, is not the same SDP now, because SDP is now a third force, in Oyo State politics, even in Nigeria as a whole, as a party now. So the prospect of having victory and making positive impacts through this party has been, is brighter. Is brighter. This is a party that believes in the welfare of the people. This is a party that believes in poverty eradication. This is the party that believes that the welfare of the people should come first, the civil servants and the general public. So I believe these are in consonance, in resonance with my own personal aspiration and belief, because I grew up from a family that was, I would best describe as a middle class. And I knew what we went through growing up. And if people are complaining about Nigeria being the capital poverty headquarters now, so I can imagine what many families are going through now. So we need to join hands, in any form, in any way possible, to rescue this country from total disaster. So SDP is, I'm really, really at home in SDP.
All right, thank you very much. You're really, really at home. All right, join the conversation. We're live on Facebook at Inspiration 100.5 FM. Join us live on Facebook. You can also drop messages for us, SMS or WhatsApp message on 0809 192 1005. 0809 192 1005. You can call us to join the conversation on 0804 800 1005. That's the number to join the conversation this afternoon on Office of, I beg your pardon, on Talking Point. Sorry, I had that program earlier today on Talking Point on Inspiration 100.5 FM. All right, of course, it's Ilisami Onyedo is sending a message on Facebook. He said, good afternoon, man. You're welcome to the program. And we're saying thank you for always being there for us to join us at every point. Again, I
the usual politicians that will be speaking from both sides of the mouth. So, and seeing these kind of people when they come, because I always tell people that there is a place for manifesto, then there is a place for the leader, because the manifesto is just a document or a vehicle. You still need a good driver to drive it to get at the desired destination. So when you now have a good manifesto combined with a good leader, driver, then you can be talking at arriving safely at your destination. So that's what I saw in SDP. The leadership of SDP in Nigeria and in Oyo State particularly, I'm very much at home with them. Because one of the things you look in leadership, when to whom much is given, much is expected. It's the leadership of SDP that told me to contest, for instance, and me, this ain't me that will be the one running after leadership of other political party that I want to contest. And they will be looking at me that, because they still want the status quo. They think I'm too revolutionary for them, sort of. But here is
about your integrity.
Yeah, but here is the party that this guy, this is the kind of people we want in our party. People that have good ideology, people that have people-oriented, ideology. So let's give them chance to contest. So why will I not be at home with such people? Your boss will say that Iwa Jowa, no Jore. So we have so many things in common about delivering good dividends of democracy to the people. And SDP in Oyo State is not just talking. We are walking the talk. I know you are an advocate of women participation in leadership. So our overall leader in Oyo State is Alaja Monica Ajibola.
Oh, yeah.
And she's truly an exemplary leader.
Wow.
If I tell you, you can take it to the bank, like they say.
Right, I know she's an outstanding woman. I know her very well.
She's an outstanding woman. I stopped calling her woman self. She's an outstanding person. Because when a woman has beaten so many men to it, I think you just use the man.
Give it to her.
Just give it to her.
All right, the program is still Talking Point on Inspiration 100.5 FM. We'll go on this break. When we come back from this break, we're going to discuss, of course, the welfare of Nigerian workers if your party, SDP, gets there, into office at any level. I'll be right back. Stick with us. You still have with me this afternoon, Ojasope. Honorable Ojasope is in the studio. We'll be right back. Stick with us.
Inspiration FM 100.5.
Inspiration FM, radio àkọ́kọ́ fún gbogbo ẹbí.
Damn, fun now. No, go Musa I go cool off now.
Omo, I follow my cool 7-up as I did so. Well, I just 50 card 90 in my hand. Maybe Musa no go change am for me.
Guy, you never hear the gist. Ground on level with the Wazo bottles. 7-up, Mirinda, and Pepsi 35cl glass. Now Wazo
very important. The relationship between the employer and the employee, if there is no trust, there will always be problems like we have in Nigeria. We have incessant industrial actions in Nigeria because Nigerian workers don't trust the leaders. They see the leaders living in affluence, and they are living in poverty. And that's why the rate of corruption in the civil service has gone so high, because they see those who come to office to just spend 3-4 years. They see what they amass in that short interval compared to those of them that will spend 35 years in civil service, and after spending that 35 years, they still have to wait for another 4-5 years before they get their gratuity, and their pensions are not forthcoming. So while they have the opportunity and they are still young, they too want to have access to the national cake. So that's why you see these industrial actions every now and then. But when there is integrity and there is leadership by example, you will be able to put all this at rest. And that's what Adewale is saying there, that look, by virtue of the relationship he's going to have with the Nigerian workers, there's not going to be any strike action. And of course, if you believe in education, because I believe our previous leaders don't believe in education. If you believe in education, I heard something the new Prime Minister of England said. He said the quality of education that the parents imbibed in him have been responsible for why he has become, he can, rise to the point of becoming the Prime Minister in England. So when we give quality education, not by words of mouth, not for highest bidder, then Nigerians will have this liberation, because true education brings liberation. And when they are liberated, they will be less dependent on government. Then they will have patriotic Nigerians that will contribute their own quota to the betterment of Nigeria. But as it is now, nobody wants to do anything for Nigeria. Everybody just wants to japa. Nigeria, nobody even wants to bake the cake. There's a national cake. Who is baking it any longer now? So everybody just wants to have access to that cake or exit the country. It's not good enough. It's an alarming situation that calls for urgent and drastic attention.
Wow. You said a lot, so I don't know which one to pick first. But the facts, that you've laid before us is the fact that there is corruption. And the only reason why there is corruption is because workers are not getting satisfaction. And then they see, politicians in so much affluence, the luxury around the lives they live in. They also want to, share in the national cake. But I hope that the national cake they're looking for, I hope we don't get to a point where they would have eaten up their gratuity before they eventually retire. Because that is where this corruption is taking us to.
Nobody is baking the cake again now. So one day you just get there and you just see an empty, what they call that thing they put cake on. They just see it empty and the knife. So nobody is baking the cake. Nigeria is almost insolvent presently. No money. About 70% of our crude oil is being stolen. We are virtually not producing anything. So where is the national cake now? Where is the national cake that everybody wants to have a taste of? So we must go back to the drawing table and learn to bake. Because that national cake, nobody is baking any longer. So we need to rescue Nigeria from those I describe as empire record, because Nigeria already now is in a critical state, is in a coma, intensive care unit.
Which hospital?
And that's why I say that if Nigeria is in intensive care unit, then you don't commit it to a physician.
To a carpenter?
No, to a physician that is also sick.
Okay. I still talking point. Well, that's serious, because if we're in this particular state you have just described, then it means that we might not know what we're doing yet. All right, join the conversation. The number to call, join the program, 0704 800 1005. 0704 800 1005. The number to call, join the conversation. I have with me this afternoon on the program I have the candidate for Ibadan Northwest. I'm not sure there should be somebody in your ward, if not your opposition, that would not support you. Why do you still have this scenario playing out?
Well, different strokes for different people actually. But because poverty has been seriously weaponized in Nigeria, because majority of our political gladiators are capitalists, and one of the things the capitalists do is to make sure that they keep some people impoverished so that they will be easily controlled. So poverty has been weaponized, and that's why on the day of election they will just dangle, just like if you have made if you rear chicken and you have stabbed them, maybe you traveled and you left them, when you come back,
The way they will run to you.
you understand. So on the day of election, you have left them unattended to for 3 years, 4 years, you come back on the day of election, just throw a few coins.
All right, please keep the calls coming. Once your call comes in, I'll take the call. Not to worry. 0704-800-1005. Well, the question is, are people really poor in Nigeria? Let me take this call first. Hello, good afternoon. Good afternoon. Your name and where you calling from? Your name is what? Bosse from Olego. Go ahead, Bosse.
Yes, thank you. In this series of electioneering urge the Nigerians to please, if you look out for the candidate who is ready to serve Nigeria. Hello?
We can hear you. Go ahead. We can hear you.
Thank you. Candidate who is ready to serve Nigeria, not who is serving Nigeria. Because after them being voted into power, they just turn their back on us and they no longer hear from us. We no longer hear from them again until the electionary days is done. So, hello?
We can hear you.
So look out for candidates who are really ready to serve, who are really ready to deliver to the masses. Thank you. And we will not fall victim of 2016. So that the nation will not be disastrous as it is today. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Bosse from Olego. All right, we appreciate you for that. I just hope it goes in that direction, honestly, that people really vote for, identify people that are sincere, people that are ready to serve and give their best to, the country. All right, 0704-800-1005, 0704-800-1005. So I was talking about Nigerians in poverty. Do you think that Nigerians are still, going through poverty? With the way people, choose not to want to look at the future of the country, but about their pocket, especially during elections where they prefer to collect rice, sebeko dibo, and all of that. You think, because it makes me feel that people are not poor. If you're really poor and you want to ask questions, hold our leaders accountable, then we should not in any way go, in that direction.
Let me play a scenario for you. If people are not poor, then who will stretch out his hands to offer you 1,000, 2,000, 3,000 if they are not sure you collect it? Can somebody walk up to you, Jadesola, on the day of election? Let's assume you are not busy with other...
No, I'm going to vote. There's no election, I don't vote.
Okay. And they now say, take 5,000 or 10,000.
Okay.
What you do is... No, on a very serious note.
You know the unfortunate part. Am I pulling